Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are revisiting Colossification in Standard. You may find out this is one of my favorite cards of all time because I love to find ways of just kind of like using this in weird combos. Yeah, another way to cheat this into play is Collector's Cage. And the good thing about Collector's Cage is that you can activate it at instant speed and put Colossification into play at instant speed. So Colossification, if you don't know what this does, it's +20/+20. It taps the creature, 7 mana enchantment aura. So the trick with this, or one of the tricks with this, there's quite a few tricks, but one of them is to be able to play it at instant speed. It gets around the tap ability if you can play it mid-combat. It's just basically a +20/+20 buff mid-combat, and that usually will end the game. So using Collector's Cage, we can do that because Collector's Cage has Hideaway. You look at the top 5, put any one underneath it, and then if you have 3 or more creatures with different powers, and you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then you get to play the card without paying its mana cost. So we also have Danitha, which is a 5 mana 4/4 first strike vigilance lifelink. When it enters, you can put an or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield attached to it. So it's sort of like a backup Collector's Cage. If you get to 5 mana, you can hardcast this if you've drawn both of these. You can just kind of have a 24/24 first strike vigilance lifelink, which maybe could win some games potentially. But it's also just another hit off of Collector's Cage, which would be pretty strong if you had drawn a Colossification or discarded one, and you hit a Danitha off the Collector's Cage, then that could be pretty sweet. You can get this off as early as turn 3 in this deck if you go turn 1 Market Gnome, turn 2 play, say, Resolute Reinforcements or any other 2/1 power creatures here, and then turn 3 play Collector's Cage, activate. So you have a 0, a 1, and then a 2, and then get attack for 20 plus damage on turn 3 if you get quite lucky. That's possible. Turn 4 is much more likely. So the other cards are kind of supporting this idea. We've got the Staunch Crewmate, which can help find your Collector's Cage since it's an artifact, but also can find other pirates, other copies of itself, or the Spyglass Siren, or the Kitesail Larcenist. Having flying creatures is important in this deck because the creature you put on Colossification, you want to have evasion, so they're not just blocking your creatures and then you kill them the turn basically that you play this off the cage. So that's the idea. The Resolute Reinforcements again makes 2/1/1s, which helps the having a 3 creatures in play for the Collector's Cage. The Market Gnome again having 0 power can kind of help here. Novice Inspector is nice just because it creates another token, which works well with the Warden of the Inner Sky, which is also kind of like a 1-drop that can get its power above 1. So it can have its power 2 or 3, which can help diversify the power of your creatures with Collector's Cage. And then Nurturing Pixie kind of ties the room together pretty well. A lot of the cards have kind of come into play abilities. The Novice Inspector, the Spyglass Siren, the Crewmate, the Resolute Reinforcements, the Larcenist does, and most importantly, the Collector's Cage also does. So if you just like hit a land off of the Collector's Cage or something that's not very great, you can buy it back to your hand and then cast it again to Hideaway 5 again to try to find one of your big payoffs that you're looking for here. So that is the idea of the deck. Let's see if we can instant speed cast Colossification mid-combat on our flyers using Collector's Cage in Standard and see what happens. Alright, Collector's Cage Colossification combo. And looks fine. Let's see. Needs a soldier to come into play untapped. No soldiers in the opener. But lead with the Siren here. And then we can go... Potentially we can go Cage. Probably play Cage and see what we hit next. Okay, interesting. And then if we need to reset it with the Pixie, we can. Other option. Yeah, that's probably the best use. Best use of my mana this turn. Let's play the cage, see what we hit. Got a Danitha, so that's decent. And swing for one. That can do something. Unfortunate tap land here, but next turn we can put a counter, or maybe just use the map and see what we find. This has reach. Okay, good to know. There's another siren, so let's see. I do want to try to flip this if we can. So playing the gnome, we could flip it if we untap land. We could flip it, but we do not. So we'll play the gnome here, and I think another siren. None of these are soldiers. No, okay. Play another siren here, and just go for the tap land. Pass. And next turn we can activate to get it. Let's see. Knight is going to swing and swing. We need that gnome to stay alive to flip this, so we'll just do this, and then if we tap out, I think we'll just go for it. Draw classification. No, no tap out. Okay. So I think play this to turn something into a treasure. That's not bad. I could turn our map into a treasure as well, I believe, and that kind of works out for us. Turning this into a treasure could be useful. Yeah, let's play this. So if they want to kill something, do it now. Target one artifact. Yep. Turn my map, and then target the Titania, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, we'll do the Titania. And this gives us the mana up to sort of threaten using the cage if they try to remove anything here. But I'm pretty sure they have some sort of removal. Alright, gonna crack the clue, sure. Draw. And then if I do this now, yeah, let's do it now. Would give us a Danitha. It's pretty good. First strike, vigilance, lifelink, no classification on it, but we can pick this back up and play it again. Let's see what we hit there. So there's some perhaps possibility that we want to okay, going to kill our guy, that's totally fine. We want to wait till we find a classification, but yeah. That's okay. There's a Warden, not bad, not bad. So we could go Pixie and pick it up and play it. Not sure if there's really a point in doing that. There's only 3 mana here, so I think next turn what we want to do is we'll play the Warden here. And maybe just before we pick it up, let's first strike and use it to give a +1/+1 counter here. And then let's just attack here. No good blocks for him unless, yeah. Okay, nice. And here, the Pixie will come in and return the cage. And then you can use the Warden, tap itself, and probably just one of these to scry. I don't think we need another Warden. And could tap the rest to scry again. Sure, I think that's fine. Here, don't really want to block with those, but I don't really think I need another Market Gnome. We're getting closer to a Colossification with the cage. So there's a Shelly. Okay, nice. Gonna pump everything, but still can't get through. Ooh, we scried one too many times. Still could be another one on top. Or let's just see what we hit here. There is another one on top, and there's also a Danitha, but it's legendary, so. Alright, that's pretty sweet. So if we attack with all our flyers, they can't do anything. And that'll be game. They can block one, but the other one will be colossified. I think it doesn't really matter where you put the counter here. Put it here, and this should still trigger this. And then we'll put it on the 1/1 and boom! Take, what was this, 23 damage? Wow, okay. Good stuff. Got there. On to the next one. All right, Collector's Cage, Colossification on the play. This hand looks fine. We are going to lead with a Siren, I believe, and see what we draw, but probably Siren into the Crewmate, most likely. Surveil land. Ooh, big dinosaur here. So we could pick up this and play this, but I think I want to save it for the Collector's Cage. Also pick up the map in hopes of just making a 2/2 and then a 1. No, that doesn't quite work. Okay. So we'll play the Staunch Crewmate on another one. Sure. Alright. And planet is on Jun dinosaurs of some kind. Maybe a reanimator kind of list. Not sure. Bramble familiar. Another collector's cage. Okay, so if we play the collector's cage. Now, following turn we could potentially activate it, so that might be worth it. Also, if we play a crewmate, that could potentially let us activate it if we draw a land. Let's just swing here. I'm gonna take it. I'll play it. See what we hit here. Ooh, there's the big cat. What we want to see. Okay, so next turn we should have this in the air. For a swing for... Because if we pick up the map here, we'll be able to give us... what we're looking for here. And now we can make one of these into a 3 power. attacker. Swing. Yeah, they block. Assuming they don't have anything here. Put this to 3 power. I do have a ley line binding. Okay. Well, they're going to target that. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, still got through, and this can still activate. Potentially, if, let's see, if we draw, we're going to need a land. We needed a land to activate it, but looks like we're up against some removal here. So playing that, I don't think it's going to help us too much. We can go Collector's Cage on Siren. Let's just attack first. Okay, there's a block. Totally fine. Goes through, take out their mana. And here, we'll play a pair of Novice Inspectors. I think we'll just play another Crewmate here. And nothing there. It's alright. Well, one option could have been Inspector plus Activate. That might have been a little better, actually. Okay, Pillage. The Bog. Now, we need another land to do it. So, I think we'll try to attack and I'm gonna pump the Siren maybe. And then play a Novice Inspector. Just trying to set up this this cage win. But not gonna happen there. No. Not with Harvester Misery. And yeah, still not gonna happen. Okay, Warden will give us a scry. I mean, finding a land would be nice. Do we want to play a second Warden? No, we'll just play out this Inspector. And we can tap all of these. There is a land. We'll keep that. Gonna be able to look for basically anything. Invasion, nice. Okay. Hit another Harvester. Or, yeah, the Bramble Familiar. Gets back enchantment, land, or card. Or, yeah, enchantment, creature, land. Another Harvester, okay. That's okay. I'm gonna bring that down. Okay, so we can play the land. We can play out the Larcenist. Sure, I think that's good. And we'll turn our clue into a treasure and their harvester into a treasure. Leyline binding. Alright, sure. Okay, let's activate this again. Another land. We need another creature for this to work. So I think we'll put bottom that. And no attacks. Alright, we had our shot earlier in the game. These have menace, yeah. But now I don't think we have a shot. But we'll see, you never know. Stick this out. Go copy the leyline binding. I take out the page, yep. Alright, and armadillo time. Okay, so I think that is going to do it. Good game. Alright, Collector's Cage, Colossification combo on the draw. Tiny Bones. Tiny Bones. We are a lot of Wardens going. I got our Danitha Colossification action. Hope we get to 5 mana. We'll see. And do we want to trade? Probably don't want to trade. We'll just play out 1 pack, play the land. A lot of cages here. Go for the throat, unfortunate. Maybe a reason to hold this back, for sure. But doesn't really forward. Yep, there's the Warden. Alright, let's go for another Warden. And I think just a Pixie. Don't pick up anything. And probably... yeah, we'll go for a scry here. Nope, don't need that. We'll see what they got. There's Lily, sure.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch.
Sacrifice, yep.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Okay, leaving him back, although I can just tack that down, so I don't really see the point of that, but... Okay, found basically nothing. Maybe just Novice Inspector is the best hit here. Or probably a land more than anything. Let's see, what do we want to try to do? Could scry again. But that doesn't really accomplish much, so we'll just attack Lily.
Sorry, I'm not interested in dying today.
Attack here. Go for the no blocks. Let him have my wardens. I don't really care. And yeah, there's a investigator. Discard. Colossification. Yep. Let's see if we can make something happen here. Alright, gonna play out the other cage. And we're gonna find a classification. Alright, excellent. So we need another creature. So I think we're gonna tap. Let's see. Try to find another creature off the top. So we'll tap. Doesn't really matter. All three of these, I think. Or do we want to hold this back to block? Now we want to use one of the cages here. So we'll tap these. And that is not a creature. And not what we want. A land would kind of sort of let us do our thing, but alright. And a tricky one. Alright, there's Nissa. We can still win this if we find... That's going to destroy that cage. Well, so if we find a 1 power creature, we don't want... It doesn't really matter, I guess. This gets flying as long as it has, yeah, more counters on it, so put the counters there, but a 1 power creature off the top will win for sure. But will we find it? We have a lot of draws here. Oh, so close. So close. Okay, well that is still something we can play. Man. Okay, so we can play this and turn one of their guys into... Turn one of our creatures? No. One of theirs into... Maybe just turn there. Well, I guess we don't really want... I gotta think. They could have a flying blocker. Tiny Bones can like steal stuff. We turn this into... It's between these two. I think we just get the Tiny Bones, to be perfectly honest, and then use this to tap these. Try to set up for next turn and attack the Nissa, so can't kill our cage. Alright. Well, let's see what they got. So they certainly can remove things, but alright, that I don't think saves them. Didn't think I was going to win this one, but they have 2 flyers now, but only 1 mana. Okay, so I can play this just because, why not? And then swing, and then this should be a win. Let's just attack. See how they block? Block and block. Okay. We only have 1 mana up, right? 1 mana. I can't think of any 1 mana that could take down this Warden. So well, let's do that. And Hit them for 26 in the air. Oh my goodness. Well, this was not not expected. I'm sure they were confused as much as I was. Negative 13, yep. Alright, got there. GG. On to the next one. Alright, Collector's Cage Colossification combo. And looks okay. Alright, third land is decent. Play out our Warden. And then Inspiring Advantage, yep. So we can go 2, 3, and then activate this if they don't kill any of this. Yep, just swing here. Well, spoke too soon. Lead with a crewmate. Find another Larcenist, sure. See if they have a target. If not, oh yeah, I think we could turn that into a treasure, I believe. Must be that sort of control deck here. Cage. I think one target artifact or creature. Yeah. Alright, so I think we'll submit 0 for us and turn that into a treasure. And swing. Awkward having both of these in our hand, but if we get to 5 mana, we can just play it. So there's that. So this does give them a little mana acceleration, but looks like they're not too interested in that. Let's just attack and see what happens. Could have a removal spell. I feel like if they had a removal spell, they probably would have used it on this, but... do we play around a sweeper of some kind? So, playing a... Maybe just playing a cage would be okay. And then... The thing is, if we play the Pixie... Let's play a cage. Yeah, let's play a cage and see what we hit. Found another Pixie or another land. Another land is actually maybe the better than anything here, just because we can also just pick this back up with the Pixie. Or we could pick up nothing and try to activate it next turn. Or we could just leave it up. A lot of options. I think we'll just play out the Pixie here. And I don't think I'm going to target anything here. As weird as that sounds, but it does threaten to use both of these next turn, so I think that's my plan. Is to just, yep, there's the Sunfall. I have a feeling that might be the case, but... So it is. Okay, there is a land. Let's play out this Larcenist again. Could turn this into... Actually, I think that is useful to do. And do that. Play the tap land. Sweepers are really not great for this deck, but hard to beat a Sunfall, fortunately. But they can attack me for 3. But I hope if they use all their removal... Wow, this is definitely a big boy. This can get 4 mana and then do 2 damage to something. So let's see. Well, my plan is next turn to play the Danitha and put Classification on it. But maybe they thought they had 1 more mana. This also has Ward, so they can't really target it. They're gonna have to target. They can just do 2 to me, but that's about the most that I can do when it's on the tank. And swing down to 13. Didn't even use the mana. Oh, weird. Okay. Okay, well, I am going to. I'm just gonna play this and let's see. I could just hold this back because how much damage can they do here? 4. Hard to say. 4 plus 5, maybe 6 damage next turn. I guess that's not too scary. So, I'll attack. And I'm just going to play this and see what happens. Yes, I have an effect. Here we go. I have a 24/24. First strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. Can you beat it? If yes, I probably cannot win. Oh, yep, there's another. We're gonna gift and bring this back. Nice. Okay. Well, there you go. I think unfortunately this will land underneath this one, so no chance there. And this is gonna finish me off unless draw something here. Yeah, 2 board sweepers, pretty good. There's a Warden. And I can tap this, but it's not gonna do it. Alright. The game. Alright, welcome back to the wrap-up for our Colossification Collector's Cage combo deck here. Let's see, how did we do? The deck was like okay, kind of like a 50% win rate. It wasn't particularly powerful in my opinion. Well, I should reframe that. It was very powerful when you did the thing. It wasn't particularly consistent at being powerful and doing the thing because board sweepers are particularly a problem for this deck. None of your guys have haste or anything like that, so it's almost impossible to play around board sweepers. You could like change up the deck, put in some counter spells maybe, but then it would take away from the creature count, which you really need for Collector's Cage. So, you know, I'm not sure really how you would rebuild this. I kind of just went all in, try to find the most consistent way to use Collector's Cage and Classification. But yeah, definitely like creature removal can kind of get in the way and interrupt your combo, which can be a problem. Board sweepers were definitely an issue, but in the games when they didn't have a lot of removal and I was able to set up just kind of a swing for 20 in the air out of nowhere, certainly won the game. So kind of a high risk, high reward strategy for sure. Definitely a fun one though, if you're looking for a fun deck to play. And you know, most of the cards are decent power level cards, so I think it can win potentially some games just by playing out your tokens and winning from there. But yeah, I never really got to. I think there was one game I played Danitha and just had a classification, but then they just killed it, so that was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, definitely got to live the dream a few times with Collector's Cage, and that was particularly fun. So let me know what you think about the deck in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.